I'm Vincent Price. What unearthly horror did that girl gaze upon? What manner of incredible thing walked beneath that hood? It would be unfair at this time to show you any more of what went on in that laboratory where a man actually dared to play God.
Not since the beginning of time has man known such terror.
Into how you got feeling. You're to stake the abominable God. My skin, while I'm a windows open. Every last bone was broken. Murder without approval. Die by skin.
What's going on, guys? On this episode of On the Set for October Horrorfest, I'm reviewing The Abominable Dr. Phibes, starring Vincent Price. So let's get into it. Dr. Phibes, a famous organist, was racing home after hearing that his wife died during surgery. All of a sudden, Phibes gets into an accident and allegedly dies. Or did he? 4 years later, he actually survived the accident, but was left disfigured. He now wears a prosthetic mask of his own face. And he has a vendetta against his wife's doctors, believing that they were the reason that she died. So along with his assistant, Valnavia, Phibes begins his plan to start killing off the doctors, with the theme of the 10 plagues of Egypt. Phibes is even wearing amulets that depict each of them. Just then, an inspector from Scotland named Trout figures out that all the doctors who died worked under another doctor named Vesalius while tending to Phibes' wife. After he killed 3 of the doctors, during the 4th murder, one of the amulets gets ripped off. Trout finds it and takes it to the person who made it to learn its meaning. After this, thinking that Phibes is alive and the one behind the murders, Trout and Vesalius go to the cemetery where he's supposed to be buried. They find some kind of ashes, but are pretty sure they don't belong to Phibes. Also, they find his wife's coffin empty. So, that's not good. After Phibes kills off the remaining doctors, he kidnaps Vesalius' son Lim and tells Vesalius to come save him at his mansion. Trout tries to talk him out of going, so Vesalius just knocks the inspector out before going to the mansion. Once he gets there, Phibes tells him that his son is being prepped for surgery, whatever that means. Then, Phibes takes a page out of Jigsaw's book and rigs a trap. Lim has been restrained, and the key to the restraints has been surgically placed near his heart. As if that's not bad enough, there's a container full of acid right above him that will drop on him in a matter of minutes. So, Vesalius has 6 minutes to rescue his son, the same amount of time that Phibes' wife was in surgery for. Luckily, Vesalius gets Lim free just in time, but then Trout shows up and corners Valnavia, who ends up getting soaked in the acid. What a clusterfuck. Anyway, after all of this, Phibes goes down to the basement, where he's placed the body of his wife inside a sarcophagus. He plans to replace his blood with embalming fluid and lay right next to her. As the lid to the sarcophagus gets placed on top, Trout and some other police find the basement, but all of a sudden the lights go out. The end. Wow, so as it turns out, this movie's where they got the idea for Saw. I mean, Phibes and his traps is a lot like Jigsaw after all. This is a pretty good one, and of course, Vincent Price was great. I mean, his master plan for revenge in the end was a little bit weird, but what can I say? It was a good one. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one for more Horrorfest fun.